Gabriel will watch on this first series as his fellow transfer veteran quarterback Will Howard will lead Ohio State to begin this top 5 matchup from Autzen Stadium. And it will be the 22nd touchback of the season. Howard to the air, over the middle, tipped at the line, caught by G. Scott, and he'll pick up 5 on a fortuitous bounce for OSU.
Yeah, this is good for both teams, right? Oregon's able to get a hand on the football. It was an empty backfield, good protection, and then G comes down with the ball.
Officially listed at 2nd down and 4. Both teams talked about staying on schedule against two defenses that have played well. Quick throw, Jeremiah Smith, his first catch of the day, and he's going to navigate his way towards that first down marker. Howard in the pocket to the sideline, incomplete, a little bit too tall for Carnell Tate. But still yet to go to the ground, and they will here with Henderson, and he spilled out, short gain of 3. Smith the motion man. 3rd and 7. Howard fires. Smith got it. Fighting. He's short. Excellent job on the quick tackle. You've got the big body of Henderson, 5'10", nearly 210 pounds, physical runner. Howard's going to keep it himself, and he's got the first down and then some. Plenty of space to work with as he sneaks through and moves the sticks.
He's 6'4" and fully 235 pounds, going right behind his fellow transfer center Seth McLaughlin, and easily picks up the first down. We've seen Jeremiah Smith get his hands on the ball. Emeka Ibuka coming off a career-high 3 touchdowns a week ago against Iowa. Might be time to get him involved as well.
Judkins the back, Howard to the air, over the middle, and it is fought for, ripped away by Oregon, but they're going to call that a first down. Kazmarek was the intended target. They'll give him the catch on a big gain down the middle.
It's a perfect throw by Will Howard. And if he had control as he hit the ground, it can't be ripped out at that point. The question is, does he have full control? Terry, what do you see here?
Yeah, Todd, I'm not seeing him get control right away. I think this should have been stopped for review. This is a big play.
Already feeling the comfortability from the 5th-year quarterback, Will Howard. And now Howard to the outside, Judkins. Room to work with a first down. Judkins out of bounds inside the 5. 1st and goal and a gain of 16. Howard keeps. Howard scores. Touchdown, Ohio State. What a start for the Buckeyes. Fielding will come on for the extra point. Little hesitation, but he does knock it through to make it 7-0 on a 10-play, 75-yard drive. A lot of credit to this Ohio State offense for the way they operated on that opening drive. Fielding will send it away, and this will be another touchback. As Todd mentioned, nearly identical numbers to Will Howard on the other side. A lot of motion, including with Holden, but they're going to hand it off. Jordan James, reversing field, slips a tackle. He turns a negative into a positive and picks up 4. Tui Moloau has to come from behind.
Now, the strength of this Ohio State defense is their front. They have 2 powerful edge rushers, but I think their 2 inside tackles are the best part of their team.
Go tempo, quick throw to the outside for Evan Stewart, and he'll fight forward to make it 3rd down and 1. Reading the defense, he'll take it himself and keep the legs churning. He's got the first down. Some early pace reminiscent of when Chip Kelly was the head coach here at Oregon. Yet to huddle on this opening drive. Gabriel, the southpaw, delivers, and it's incomplete. Broken up by Caleb Downs as he was looking for that tight end Ferguson. The late handoff, James, and he doesn't go very far, gets a yard. It'll set up 3rd down and 9 against an Ohio State defense that is menacing. One of the best in the country, in fact. A number of categories, they lead the country.
Yeah, well, again, it starts up front. They're not a heavy blitz team because they don't have to be.
Gabriel got it. James, and it's going to be 4th down and 3 as Styles makes the tackle, and now it's going to be a decision time for Oregon in this offense. And this one angling. Will bounce, take somewhat of an Oregon bounce, get it inside the 20 on a 44-yard boot. And they will hand it off. Ibuka off the edge. That's across the 20. It's a first down run of 12. Another efficient start for Howard, 5 of 6 after a combined 19 of 19 to start the last 2 weeks. This time he gets away from a sack, and he will lob it out of bounds. Tate the motion man. 2nd and 10, handoff. Judkins, no running room. Derek Harmon closed up the hole.
As the ball carrier lost the ball during the tackle, Oregon football.
I haven't seen anything yet to dispute that so far, guys.
I think the fact that Harmon was in the backfield so quickly, it surprised Judkins. And then Harmon just didn't even worry about trying to tackle the ball carrier. He just tried to go get the football.
So now it's a short field. Dylan Gabriel has loved the complimentary football they're playing, and it helps when you've got this guy, Jordan James. 1st and goal. Both teams had talked about being efficient in this area. James, can he pay it off? Yes, sir! Touchdown, Oregon! Oh, and a bot snap. Looking to get away. Toss it, picked off. Ransom looking to take it the other way. Down the sideline. Ransom with blocking. Can he get there? No. Chaos already in Eugene. So Sappington will send it away. Ibuka waiting deep. And Ibuka will let this one fly once again for another touchback. Quick throw, Ibuka. Gets away from the first. Not the second. Engulfed by Jamari Caldwell. The big 6'1", 340. And he moves like he's got maybe 100 pounds off of him.
Well, Brandon Johnson, number 3, made the play. He doesn't get the tackle, but he slows him up enough to allow help to come from the inside, and Caldwell is there to finish him off.
Second down and 12, and we've got a flag, and let's hear from Larry Smith.
False start. Offense, number 71. 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
Play clock down to 5 on 2nd and 17. Howard going to take it himself, and he's got some wheels. Gets it across the 20 to the 24. Packed house at Autzen Stadium. Ready for this 3rd and 11.
I think another penalty.
False start. Offense, number 88. 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
3rd and 16. Quick throw. Howard with a completion. Ibuka, nowhere to go.
Delay a game. Kicking team. 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
3 penalties on this drive against Ohio State. And now Johnson waiting back. Will bring it in on the fair catch at the 41.
Tez Johnson coming out of the backfield. They got to find a way to get him involved.
Gabriel looking that way, instead set up the screen. It's Ferguson, the tight end, and he just barrels over Jordan Hancock to pick up 4.
Nice idea. Try to use Johnson as kind of a decoy on that and slip the screen to the tight end. Ohio State reacted pretty quickly.
James stays in there, play action pass. Gabriel throws, middle, open, Stort's got it. Big gain deep in Ohio State territory.
Nice job by Dylan Gabriel finding the open void in the defense. Beyond the one safety and before Ransom could get there.
And they got this play off quick, and there was a free edge rusher as Holden will get it back to the line of scrimmage and out of bounds.
Illegal shift on the offense. 5-yard penalty, 1st down.
James up the gut, and he just keeps those legs churning, gets it past the initial line of scrimmage to the 26-yard line. Johnson in motion to the backfield on 2nd and 8. Gabriel Stands in there, steps into one. Incomplete, looking for Stewart. Tight coverage by Igbinosun, and no flag comes in. And they will run it. Lob it to the sideline, and nobody's home. Put it in the direction in between both Ferguson and Holden from 44. Sappington 6 of 7 on the season, and he's 2 for 2 from between 40 and 49. Not this one. Wide right. Henderson through the hole. Henderson, big gain. First down.
Again, in the absence of Birch, Oregon is playing with 2 inside tackles and those 2 sophomore edge rushers. It's more of a passing set defensively, and capitalized that time by Ohio State.
Right, the hot hand. Henderson, he's a home run hitter. Travion Henderson, 1 man to beat, out of bounds. First and goal, he goes 55 down the sideline. Howard keeps. Howard will not get there. 3 in the backfield, including Gerd. Hand it, Judkins jamming his way in. Touchdown, Ohio State. 6th of the year for Quinshon Judkins. He has been a touchdown machine now, averaging a score per game. Whittington, who also had an impressive return week 2 against Boise State. Special teams have been a spark plug for Oregon, but not this time, as Whittington lets it sail into the end zone. Johnson, the motion man. James, the back. Now Holden. Oh, tough snap. Gabriel does get to it. Fires on the run. James. Play action pass, Gabriel in the pocket. That's a deep ball down the sideline. Stewart takes the top off. Dragging his way down the field. Burke couldn't bring him down. Stewart gashing once again.
Well, Stewart is the speed X. He's the guy that can do this. Working against the best, that little stutter step froze Denzel Burke, the best cover guy on this Ohio State defense. And you see the breakaway speed by Stewart. This boy was changed at the line of scrimmage by Will Stein.
And a whistle.
The ruling on the field is confirmed. We're looking to see where the runner stepped out of bounds.
Handoff on first down, and Tui Molowau gets in there immediately. 2nd and goal, Gabriel fires. Gabriel on target. Touchdown, Evan Stewart.
On the field is a touchdown. During the play, personal foul, face mask, defense number 7. That penalty will be enforced on the kickoff.
Another funky formation. They will run it and squeeze it through. It's going to be short. And we'll see if they try to get tricky with this. And they will. Oh, wow. Off of the Ohio State player, and Oregon gets right on top of it. Did they get there first? That was outstanding work.
I don't know if they did this on purpose or not, Noah. I think they were just maybe trying to squib it, but it hit the Ohio State player.
And they have
directly.
it.
Yeah. The ball did not go 10 yards, but the Ohio State player went to try to touch the ball and recover it, and it was such a hard kick, it just came right off. He actually tried to get out of the way.
And they will whistle this one.
Timeout, Oregon.
And this is a team that's used special teams, including that Boise State game, as a spark this season. Now it's Gabriel with time over the middle, on target again. This time it's Holden in stride, and he brings it to the 10. Handoff for James, and he'll lose a yard.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Offense number 1 for spitting on an opponent. Number 1 is ejected from the ballgame.
Wow.
Oh, my.
Trayshawn Holden, who is one of the leading receivers of this Oregon team, has just been sent away from this game for spitting on Davis and Igbinosun.
I mean, why? It's the biggest game of the year. Why even do that? You're such a valuable part of this team, and now you have hurt yourself and your team. Just no excuse for that at all.
3rd and goal from the 22. Gabriel may have been tipped, didn't matter, as it's caught by Stort out of bounds from 27 to put his team up for the first time here today. James the holder this time, and he drills it. So Oregon back to the defensive side for the first time with a lead. Henderson, not this time, denied at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 9. Henderson to the outside. Howard, wide open. G. Scott down inside the 40. Howard feeling the pressure. Harmon couldn't get there. Howard gets away. It's Henderson on the dump down. Henderson turns it into a 3-yard gain. Counts as a rush for Henderson. This time it's Judkins exploding through the center, and he'll make it 3rd down and short. Howard kept it on 4th down. This time he'll hand it off, and Judkins is stopped.
Lost yardage.
Tui Moloau, the first contact. Howard kept on the first 4th down. 3 in the backfield. Same play as the touchdown, and Judkins is going to wiggle free for the 1st down. And a timeout called by Oregon. Handoff Abuka on 1st down, using his blocking and spun down for 6. 2nd down and 3, Judkins, 1st down. Abuka the motion man on 1st down. Play action for Howard. Steps into it and will swing it to Judkins. Sheds a tackle, spins, and is dragged forward by Savage to the 15. Howard rifles. He was looking. He just throw it up to him and see what happens.
He has a knack for holding a defender off with his left hand and reaching up with his right hand and making one-handed catches. Good coverage. He gave it a shot. He's been successful at that the last 2 weeks. That time it was incomplete.
Jeremiah Smith, a big reason for this success. 23 touchdowns on 24 trips into the red zone. They have scored on all 24 of those trips, and 2 rushing touchdowns tonight to pad the stats. Under 4 to play in this first half. It's Howard looking sideline. Open, Abuka, touchdown!
I bet he likes scoring touchdowns too, though.
I mean, that's nice.
Pretty fun.
It's a nice cherry on top. Nice run, James, 1st down. So they'll get quick, run it. James, this time no doubt. Just keep it on the ground. Johnson in motion. 2nd and 4, James, powerful runner. 1st down. Doesn't matter if the contact comes, he is going to punish you and drag you along.
Yeah, and now's a good time to go play action and take a shot because James is asserting himself. They've got the 1st down. Still got to find a way to get Tez Johnson involved. He's too good of a player and too important to this offense. Here he is right here, number 15 in the slot.
And I don't think they're going to run this play. They'll take it to the 2-minute timeout in a 6-point ball game. Jordan James got them into Ohio State territory, but now it's Whittington on the field. And they hand it to him. Noah Whittington will pick up a yard. Ran into the brick wall that was Tyleik Williams.
Now, Tyleik Williams is one of those guys we talked about at Ohio State that could have gone to the NFL, decided to come back. He's an outstanding player, very athletic, very twitchy for a big man inside. Their 2 defensive tackles are outstanding for this defense.
Johnson in motion on 2nd and 9. They will throw it. Gabriel, quick. Ferguson just not in the right area and incomplete. And that stops the clock now with 1:25. Some miscommunication from Ohio State defensively. Gabriel looking to take advantage with a deep ball. Again, separation. Johnson in the bucket. Touchdown. 48 yards. They've already missed an extra point on the bad snap, but this time Sappington has no issues and gets the #3 team in the country back in front.
They have all 3 timeouts in 1:17.
Howard to throw to the side, and it is caught on the comeback by Smith.
Clock still going, though. And Chip Kelly and Ryan Day have absolute trust in their quarterback, Will Howard, in a situation like this.
Howard rifles. It's Smith again, and this time it will be a yard shy, out of bounds. It will be a run. Henderson, not there. Ooey Ungalale. Tez Johnson scored the touchdown on the reception. This time he'll try to do something as he'll call for the fair catch at the 30. They're going to go to the air. Gabriel in the pocket, steps up, and will wisely run it himself, sliding down after a pickup of 4. Gabriel, incomplete, and now the clock stops with 17 seconds.
James would have had the first down had he got the catch.
And this one will be caught by Ferguson, and he's chopped down on a nice play by Lathan Ransom. Tui Molowau was the one who applied the pressure on Gabriel. So Ohio State will take its first.
Yeah.
So 12 seconds now to work with, and Oregon's going to have to send it away. And more shifting. Get it away cleanly. Fair catch called and made at the 20. And Howard will take the knee. Fielding will send it away. Whittington waiting back to start this second half. Now it's an Ohio State defense that has been stiflingly good in the second half this season. Jordan James on the first down carry gets back to the line of scrimmage. You just look at what they've done by the numbers in the second half, and even overall this season, they've already allowed the most points that they have in a game this year. They're only allowing 6.8, but they've only allowed 10 total in the second half this season.
Yeah, back in week 3, they gave up some yards and points in the first half to Marshall, and ever since then, they have been on lockdown in the second half.
Gabriel, and that one's a little bit behind Tez Johnson with that tight coverage from Jordan Hancock. Gabriel steps up, delivers, open, Stewart again. Handoff, and James completing 78% of his passes coming in. He's 12 of 18 here tonight. Johnson, the motion man, delayed, and they'll just get rid of it over the head of Johnson and incomplete on the tight pressure coming in to Imoloa. Here they come. Gabriel evades, weaving, Gabriel extending, down he goes. See if Ross James can pin this Ohio State offense deep. Innes is back. And he'll let this one bounce right near the 20 is where it'll sail out of bounds on a 36-yard punt. Scott in motion, and the handoff goes to Judkins. He'll pick up 3. Shabola is back in there at right guard, which is a good sign for this Ohio State offensive line. Howard on play action, feeling the pressure, hit as he throws. Oh, Jeremiah Smith dragging it the entire way. Judkins to the 35. Second down and 6. Pump. Howard fires open. Scott got it to the 10. Howard, Abuka looking to make something happen, and he'll be ushered out of bounds at the 6 by Nico Reed. Abuka in motion on 2nd and goal. Howard steps up. Howard, it's caught! Jeremiah Smith, touchdown Ohio State. The legend grows. Fielding will send it away. Whittington, who is capable as a returner, will wait for it and let it sail. Quick to Johnson, and the speedster gets it to the 29. Well, his cousin Geno Smith, who everybody knows for the Seattle Seahawks, mentioned that he thinks he's going to be the greatest wide receiver ever
Yeah.
Not Ohio State, period. Hand it off to the tight end, Kenyon Sadiq.
Showing pressure again. This time they back out. 3-man rush, drop 8.
And he just finds the open man. It's Tez Johnson for the first down.
Yeah, good read by Dylan. Great route by Tez. Watch him know it's zone and sit right down. He doesn't keep running into the corner, Igbinosun. He knows it's zone, and so he sits down and gives his quarterback a target.
Gabriel just extends it. Oh, Ferguson dropped it, and the flag is down.
Well, there's linemen have to be downfield.
A notable player downfield. Offense, number 50. 5-yard penalty.
Gabriel feeling it. Lets it go, and it's complete to Justice Lowe, who is replacing Trayshawn Holden, who got ejected in that second quarter. He breaks the tackle of Burke and sets up 3rd down and 1.
And Oregon has yet to go for a 4th down play.
And they do throw it. And they're looking deep on the sideline. Some contact and a
There's
flag.
Yep.
Igbinosun was there and grabbed. It'll be a 1st down for Oregon.
Yeah, Igbinosun knew he knew he was beat right away.
There are fouls by both teams on the play. Number 15 was covered up, went downfield, the notable receiver. Pass interference, defense. Those penalties were offset. 3rd down.
Johnson, the motion man. This time, handoff. James got the push, shoved back, and he's short. Ohio State builds the wall with Simon and Hamilton, and it's a decision for Dan Lanning. And they're going to settle out of the gun on 4th and inches. Play clock down to 5. Gabriel keeps wide open. Ferguson trying to shed Burke, and he does. Ferguson pinballs to the 20. Under 6 to play in this 3rd quarter. Handoff. James got away from the initial surge and picks up 1.5 yards. James on 2nd and 8. This time he finds the space, and he's got the 1st down out of bounds, but would love to get the touchdown to get back in front. Gabriel batted down. Caleb Downs. Ferguson in motion on 2nd and goal. James jump cut, and he brings it all the way to the 2. Play action, float it, incomplete. Looking for Patrick Herbert in the end zone. It's 4th and goal.
Well, they tried to just kind of go show block on JT Tuimoloau, but his quickness was still able to get to Dylan Gabriel. Herbert didn't take very much steam away from him, and it was hard for Gabriel to set his feet and make an accurate throw.
And it looks like they're going to keep the offense on the field. How much do you trust your defense?
I guess more than you trust your kicker right here.
Johnson in motion on 4th down. They will run it. Gabriel surveys. Gabriel throws. It hits the back of Cody Simon. Incomplete. Ohio State with a red zone stop. Henderson on 1st down, and he'll provide some breathing room to the 5. Here comes the rush, and Howard just stays in there, delivers a bullet right to Abuka for a 1st down. Picks up 15.
Oregon bringing pressure. It's man free, and there's a safety that's going to come over the top to help, but the ball is perfectly thrown on time. Looks like straight man without a free safety.
Henderson run.
Ohio State choosing to run, but Oregon really selling out for the run on that play.
Fast-moving 3rd quarter after a slugfest in the 1st half. Henderson, patient, runs into a host, including Uyunglele. Derek Harmon has stepped up on the interior in his place. This one a 3rd and 3. Howard, trouble with the snap. He just has to jump on it. Oregon gets a gift, and it's 4th down.
It's a good snap. Will Howard just mishandles it. Maybe his eyes are looking downfield, confirming coverage, but he just is not able to field the snap and does the right thing of covering it up. You don't want a turnover here in your own territory, but you're right, Noah, a true gift for Oregon.
Similar to the Harmon rip away and the fumble in the first quarter, maybe can ignite this crowd once again in this second half. McGuire to boot it away. Johnson back to receive. Calls for the fair catch, brings it in at the 40 in a 43-yard punt. They've had the missed opportunities, as you mentioned, on some special teams blunders. And then there on the goal line opportunity. Oh, what a catch by Johnson. Tez turns it upfield, loses the ball at the end. Will they call him down? And they will. Picks up 9 in the final play of this third quarter. And I'll tell you what, Autzen Stadium, in terms of environment, has delivered. The fans have done their part, and now Jordan James looking to do the same. Brings it to the 35.
Well, they got the nice acrobatic catch by Tez Johnson right before the end of the quarter. And now a nice run straight up the inside by Jordan James. And Oregon with another good drive here in Ohio State territory.
Up over 100 yards, so Ohio State had not given up a 100-yard rusher or receiver coming into this game. They've given up both. James with 103 on the ground, Stewart with 141 through the air. Play action for Gabriel. Good blitz pickup by James.
Wow, you're not
Stewart
kidding.
once again.
I mean, that was serious blitz pickup. Watch Jordan James just stick his nose right in there on the blitzing safety Ransom. That is the way it's done. Give your quarterback an extra half a second to get rid of the ball.
James, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage. Meanwhile, Dylan Gabriel with that last completion at 301 yards, the second 300-yard game of the season. Ferguson and Herbert in there now. Ferguson will split out wide from the tight end spot. Gabriel keeps plenty of space, and he's still going. Gabriel makes a move. He's gone. 27 yards. Touchdown, Ducks. So after Sappington struggled with some of the extra points, they bring on Andrew Boyle, who had that squib kick turn onside kick, and he makes it 29-28. Oregon back in front. Dylan Gabriel said he hoped that that would be in an advantageous area for this team, and right now it looks like it.
This is JT Tuimoloau. Now, when the tight end releases, Styles goes with them. JT's got to be responsible for the quarterback, but he gets greedy and goes after the back, and he loses contain on the quarterback, and Dylan Gabriel, for the first time today, pulls it and scores. And now Terrence Ferguson, watch his block at the end of the play on Ingbenosen. And Dylan Gabriel just kind of plays right off of that block and gets the go-ahead touchdown. JT has got to be aware of the quarterback, and before he goes after that ball carry, has to make sure the quarterback doesn't have the football in his hands.
Full house in the backfield. And they still hand it off. Judkins loses a yard. Devin Jackson. Right now, Jeremiah Smith all alone at the top. Howard's going to keep it himself. 3rd down and 4. Howard, Abuka, what a route, 1st down.
Yeah, and he popped back up. I mean, he and Jeremiah Smith kind of got tangled up, and Abuka actually falls down. Watch, you're going to bring him in motion, get him behind Jeremiah Smith, and they get tangled up, and he actually kind of slips but is able to keep his balance and get back outside for the catch.
They have been attacking Brandon Johnson a number of times through this game. And it's the motion man. Fake it to him. Howard got away from the first. Oh, a dangerous throw is incomplete in the direction of Smith.
Well, again, you see the strength of Will Howard, right? There's a rusher there. He's able to kind of shrug it off. A lot of movement in the backfield. And it's Harmon again, who's not able to get the quarterback on the ground, but almost picked off. Discover Pylon Cam shows you how close this ball was to being intercepted on the sideline.
Oregon has not generated a ton of takeaways. They did have the fumble recovery in the first half, but only 5 coming into this ball game. Henderson to the outside and out of bounds. Howard looking for Smith. He's got him wide open. Jeremiah Smith, sure-handed, and a big pickup for a first down.
Yeah, right in the spot between the corner and the safety. Excellent route by Jeremiah Smith, and then he goes up and high points it before the safety can come over to make a play on the ball. Good timing by Will Howard. If he waits any longer, that safety's there to make a play. Second big third down conversion. Will Howard throwing the football on target.
Smith and Henderson, the standouts once again. Henderson now up to 90 yards as Judkins is back out there for first down.
Movement by Ohio State.
False start. Offense, number 65. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Play action now for Howard. To the side, Abuka spins away to the 40. Both quarterbacks had mentioned they've been on both ends of being down, being up, being on the road, being at home. They know what it feels like. They know what is required out of you in its critical moments in the fourth quarter. Play action, Smith. And that was put right in the spot for Smith to then take it across the sticks and move the chains. Howard, Abuka over the middle, first down. Approaching the midway point of this fourth quarter. Ohio State knocking on the door again in the red zone, and another flag is down.
False start. Offense, number 77. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Howard surveys. Howard goes down, sandwiched in between two at the line of scrimmage, and it's the two sophomores, Tuioti and Uiagalelei. Second and 14. Howard on corks. Henderson the catch, but not much more after.
Doesn't look like a pressure look. Looks like a two shell.
Third and long. Howard short of Smith, incomplete. Hit from 40 earlier this season against Akron. Career long 47. And this one from Fielding is perfect. Sticks it and puts OSU back up 2.
Will Howard, 14 of his last 15 passes complete. Only that last one on third down, his only bad throw.
Whittington is in there instead of James on first down. Gabriel will throw instead, and he does find his running back. Whittington with a spin and gains 5 to the 30.
A nice tackle by Styles there. Styles is a guy who started out as a safety, a super athletic guy. Dad was a great player. Moved to linebacker, and he's just kind of starting to figure it out at linebacker.
Quick throw just past the outstretched arms of Tui Moloau, and Johnson is going to get close to that first down. We'll see where they mark him out. Remember, no Trayshawn Holden the rest of the way, was ejected after the kerfuffle with Igbinosun, as this one goes for 3 to Whittington.
Ferguson man-to-man on the top.
James to the outside, and he'll get close to the 40. It'll set up third down and about 6.
Man, they had a good opportunity with Ferguson with inside position by Styles. Went with the run instead, bringing up third down.
And a huge one at that.
See if they get that same kind of coverage look for the big tight end. He's out wide, and this is Caleb Downs going out on him this time.
Ferguson just 3 catches, 37 yards. Now they put him in motion on third down and 6. Toss it. James blocking. James has got it.
Wow, what a run.
Gabriel. Rifles caught. Ferguson Shakes free inside the 30. 26 yards through the air to the tight end.
Watch Cody Simon try to redirect him, but then he loses sight of him, and he cuts right underneath the safety Ransom. The thing about this guy, has a great feel for space.
Gabriel just gets rid of it. Tez Johnson got one block and then goes down around the 24.
And again, Ohio State very cautious about bringing pressure on Dillon Gabriel. And when he has time in the pocket, I mean, he is effective. Again, coming in the most accurate passer in college football, 22 of 33 tonight, 339 yards, and has not faced a lot of heat from this Ohio State defense.
Already into field goal range. How much more can they get?
Here comes pressure now.
Gabriel, well protected. Sideline, incomplete, but a flag. Stewart had the step. Hancock with the coverage.
Pass interference. Defense, number 7. 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
And he's grabbing him the whole way. He knows he's not in a good position. Evan Stewart has him beat. He's got his arm, he's got his jersey. And Oregon has a first down.
Whittington up the middle.
Wow,
and
still pushing.
He will push it forward to the 5. And unless a timeout is taken, it'll take us to the 2-minute timeout. Will Howard has played well. Dillon Gabriel has played well. Both have accounted for 3 total touchdowns. And now it's Gabriel's turn to try to knock it in one more time and put his team back in front.
A late substitution now by Jim Knowles. 3 new players in, anticipating run. So he brought an extra defensive lineman in, anticipating run. Brought late Hero Canoe, number 93. So these are all big bodies inside.
Whittington wiggles through to the 1. And Ohio State will take timeout number 1.
Man, that's a tough run. Again, they tossed and ran behind Josh Connerly Jr., the left tackle.
James swallowed up into the pile.
There's another timeout by Ryan Day. Great goal line stand going on right here by Ohio State.
19-yard attempt. Ross James, the holder. Luke Basso will snap it. And Sappington puts Oregon in front.
And that's why they're in this position right now with only a 1-point lead. And Ohio State with the ability to maybe win this game with a field goal.
Sappington sends it. Touchback. Smith and Abuka with 8 catches apiece. Henderson has 90 yards on the ground. He's in there on first down. Howard. Down he goes. Uiagalelei was in his face, and Howard loses major yardage with the clock still rolling.
I think he just fell down too, Noah. He didn't get hit. I think he just lost his footing.
Can't take that timeout yet. 2nd down and 14. Pressure comes. Howard feels it. Delivers. It's caught. Vacuumed in by Carnell Tate.
Beautiful catch by Carnell Tate. Another big-time receiver. Did not play a week ago against Iowa, but gets him back into 3rd and manageable now.
3rd and 6 for Howard. Sidestep. Got it. Abuka. Another conversion.
And a nice job by Abuka getting out of bounds after getting the first down. Great clock awareness, game awareness. Save that timeout. Oregon trying to create some pressure. Twists and stunts up front. Unable to get home and get to the quarterback.
Final minute. Smith sheds a tackler and picks up 9.
Second and short. They got a play called. Giving instructions at the line of scrimmage.
100 yards now for Jeremiah Smith. Howard on second down. It's a Buka in the bucket. Inside the 30. You mentioned biggest drive for Will Howard. Well, one of the biggest games he's played in. He's played in a number of them, but just his second career 300-yard game here tonight. 34 seconds left. It's Howard again. Rifle, sideline. He was going up for another spectacular grab, but this time Smith well covered. Second and 10. Howard, Smith. Got separation, and a flag is down. May have been contact. Nico Reed was definitely pushed backward. A freshman mistake.
Yeah, I mean, his strength got the best of him on that play. Created separation for himself, extended his arms. And this backs him up out of field goal range.
Fielding's career long is 47 yards last year against Minnesota. It's now 2nd and 25 with the clock rolling under 20 seconds. They only have one timeout. They got to get this off. Howard deep drop. Howard deep throw. A wobbler is incomplete. 10 seconds to play.
Ryan Day's trying to figure out why the clock was running there.
They've got to get it to around the 30 to feel comfortable about a field goal. Howard, 3rd and 25, and this one's blown dead. It's Howard. Rifles, incomplete. Jabbar Muhammad gets in front of Jeremiah Smith, but a flag is down.
Illegal substitution. Defense has 12 on defense. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Do have the timeout, so you can work that middle of the field.
A lot of room down here at the bottom for Jeremiah Smith.
3rd and 20. Howard, a lot of time coming off. Howard's going to run for it. Time runs out, and that'll do it.
Oh, my goodness.
Welcome to the Big Ten, Oregon. They storm the field at Autzen, and the Ducks win this bout 32-31.